FM Lagos. I am Nero Adesoya. The midfield maestro is what you definitely like to call me, and of course we're looking forward to a great one this Tuesday, as we always do every Tuesday and Thursdays. We always bring you exclusive interviews with sports personalities from across Nigeria and the rest of the world, as you have been seeing in past editions of our Now Sports Summary. Today I've got someone who is one of us. When I say one of us, she is our own, and of course she takes part, or she participates in a special sport, I love to call it that, and it's called the sport of rugby. She's a rugby player. She plays as a loose forward. We'll get to know more about that position, and of course she's a member of the squad for the women's rugby team. That's the national women's rugby team that qualified the country for the 2025 Rugby League World Cup Series. And in addition to this, I think it's only fitting if she's into that as well. When you look at the sport of rugby, what it entails, my guest today is also a certified freelance fitness trainer. I'm going to ask her about that as well. What the freelance in it, what it means. I'm going to get that. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming into our studios this beautiful Tuesday morning, 21st day of January, 2025, the one and only Ralyah Iliya. Rachel, good morning to you, and it's such a pleasure for me to have you in the studio this morning.
Good morning, sir. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, one golden rule: forget about the sir. Throw it away. We're in the studio. That doesn't matter anymore for now. Okay, let's get into it. What inspired you to play rugby? It's always very, how do you put it, when you see women playing rugby? Even my general manager here at our station, Camry Apollo, was like, I never knew we had an active women rugby playing, tradition here. And then I said, we do. What inspired you into getting into rugby?
The love for the game first, and it was like a short term, but I fell in love with the game. I saw the way that it was played and the way the bond. Normally sports bring a lot of people together, like unite a lot of people, and rugby so far it has been like bringing a lot of people together in Nigeria.
Okay.
And some part of the states. The love for the game and the way it is played actually got me.
What is it about the way it is played? Maybe you need to expatiate more.
Okay. Ladies normally were soft, but it was soft.
It's good that it's coming from here. Esther, I hope you can hear.
Yeah. So, but I like to see games where girls compete to be, to stand and be the stronger version of what it means to be a lady.
Okay. And
the fact that it is competitive and it is more like you showing your strength, it actually got me, and I fell in love with it.
Okay. What about what time in your development as a person was that? Was it in your secondary? Was it in your primary? When exactly did this love start?
It was actually last year.
Are you kidding me?
A week, let's say.
Last year?
Yeah, it was actually like 2 weeks.
You're telling me that you're 1 year old in rugby and you already played for the women's national team?
I'm not even a year old.
How did that happen?
I would say I'm approximately 6 months.
How is that possible?
Okay, I grew up, doing sports like playing soccer and all of that. And I've been playing American football for 4 years.
Yeah,
so the transition was not so easy because rugby have a different rules on its own.
Yeah.
So, but it was good. It was actually not so difficult to adapt, but I still have so much more to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. But so how did you make it to the national team?
Okay, so
I'm still shocked.
Okay, so it's actually a story that's even me, I still don't even believe it till now. And I've been having this invite to come try out with the rugby team for over 3 years. Mr. Abiodun Adewale, the president of rugby league. So he was always like trying to get me on to come, but I was procrastinating. I'm like, you know what? I'm playing American football, so I don't want to have too much sports I'm doing, and I also have my work. So I want to not multitask myself that much. And then last year August, he was like I should come and play because I'm under a team called Echo Trinity. I was like I should come and play, and we have a game. And I was like, okay, fine, no problem, I'm free, I can come. So I went there, and then I played. That was my first game ever playing a rugby game.
Had you played catch up, pick up, and all those things before then?
No, that's
so. How were you? Because I know that the rules in American football, they're similar in certain ways, but the way they administer them is different.
Yeah.
So how are you able to because they just need like how many hours to tell you this is you don't do this in American football, we do this, but in this one we don't do this. Like I'm not sure in American football, do they pass backwards?
No, you don't pass backwards.
It's the same as well when it comes to
forward.
The same thing as rugby.
Yeah, the QB just throw the ball forward, and then the wide receiver just run his or her route and get the ball in front.
Okay, but do they have a certain number of times the ball has to,
Yeah, they have downs too.
Okay.
They have downs like in rugby.
So it's pretty much the same. It's just some calls like fouls and a few other things that are a bit different.
Yes, true.
So how are you able to switch within that short period of time from not committing offenses in American football to also trying to stay in the positives in rugby as well? How easy for it? Because you went in straight. You were thrown into the deep end of the ocean because you didn't have time to play practice game with anybody. You just took part in a competitive game. Yeah,
so that my first game, right? Before I got in, my captain of my team, Echo Training, was like, Rachel, once you just get the ball, just run in. Because I was fast. So immediately I got the ball, I was just going in, and I scored 2 tries in that first game, my first ever game. I had 2 tries, and I was like, so I got an invite to come to the national team camp, which I trained, and then we went to Kenya. I think a week after the camp because we had 2 weeks camp.
I'm still shocked.
And getting to Kenya, we had a very good coach. We currently have a very good coach. His name is Coach Bolu, and he gave us this training we needed for us to win the next game. And we had a very good training, and I played well too. I tried, I would say, and I also scored 2 tries there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about the big one now. I mean, you've gone through, told us about how it all started, which is still a mystery to me, honestly. I do not know anybody that literally walks into the national team. Not to say that we don't have a lot of good players. We do have a lot of good players, but I think rugby possibly just chose you. That's the way I see it from this. Yeah, it's obvious because you were not up to 3 months from when you played for Echo Trinity, your first game, to when you made it to the national team. So it's absolutely crazy. And you were part of the same team, the historic team that qualified Nigeria for the Rugby League World Cup last year. That's the series. Tell us about that game against Kenya that saw you qualify for the World Cup series.
So the game was.
I mean, what was it like for you and the members of your squad? I've spoken to your president and he spoke about how ecstatic they were and everything. But for you, who was inside the game itself, knowing Kenya for who they are, a force to reckon with on the continent, how did you guys feel during and after the game?
When you said the word "joy knows no bound," that was how we felt. Like it was like a moment of fulfillment for everybody because we had this talk. Oh, Kenyan girls are strong. They're faster than you. You're this, you're that. When we go there, we get trash and all of that. But we went there with just one goal.
Okay.
To play as teammates because a team always win the game. You don't expect one person to outshine and be like that. Nah, it's a team sport, so one person can win. So we went there with this team bonding and we had this great team that our coaches put up and we just did what we had to do. The first game was good. I think the girls were trying to like look at us and peruse us and see where these guys are good and where they are not good. And the first half,
let me get something straight. You played Kenya how many times?
Twice. Yeah.
Did you win the first game?
The first game, yes, we did.
Okay.
That was 22-14, I remember. So the first half, we're beating them like 12-0. Like, we're actually getting...
I'm pretty sure at halftime, the Kenyans must have been like, what's going on here? Who are these
that's
girls?
the thing. So at halftime, they were having their chit-chats and all of that, and I could see their eyes like they were coming for like...
Very angry.
when Dragon wants to release fire.
Yeah.
And they came back second half, and they came back hot. Like, these girls had 2 tries within 4 minutes.
Wow.
This girl scored one, and then after 4 minutes, she scored another one. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Probably they actually got one loophole from our defense when they were attacking. They actually saw a place, and they exploited that place like twice, same place. And it was like, oh no, these guys are actually bringing down like fire and brimstone. And then we got back up, and then that's when I scored my first try, and then I scored the second one, I think towards the end of the game.
Wow.
And we were able to hold on to that win. And then the second game was just something different because I felt we should have done better. We did better, we did good, but we should have done a lot better.
Why was that? Was it because of the fact that the Kenyans were still, angry from the first loss?
Yeah, they were. And imagine you are in a place where the crowd is against you, everybody's against you.
Of course they're going to be against you.
Yeah.
You came to their backyard.
Yeah, they had this Maasai
the
warriors.
The Maasai warriors.
Yes, they were
come
just
around,
like chanting.
and they were chanting and
it
jumping.
was just us, our God, and our coaches.
They also have God as well, my dear.
Exactly. So we're just like trying to like just be in the game. And the second game, we lost 8-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make sure they actually totally
we lost.
Close you out.
Exactly. We lost 8-0, and it was like, oh my God, we actually thought we actually lost until the end of the week, and they were like, oh, regardless, we still won.
I think at the end of the day, cumulative count back, or what they call it, saw you through. When you were, tell us what happened when the blast of the final whistle went. You guys were heads down, downcast, and when your coach ran up to you guys and said,
we won.
Take us through it.
It was a dramatic scene, honestly. Like, because we thought we already lost, and then our coach was like, "We are still in regardless," and we're like, "Wait, what?" We're trying to like bring one on like plus 1 or 2, and
and you look at imagine that lost, you defeated Kenya, and imagine you lost to them. It was wider.
Yeah, it was like because before we saw an article before the game day that they needed like 9 points or 8 points to win.
Okay.
And I think 8 points or 9 points, I can't remember.
So you weren't too sure which one was
exactly, and that was the only thing I had in my mind, that they cannot score 9 points or 8 points on us. And when we saw 8 points, we were like, okay, fine, it is done. And then our coach came and was like, we still won. Everybody was just everywhere.
You'd be like, hello, what are you saying?
Yeah, like it was actually a very joyous moment for all of us.
Would that rank as the most memorable period of you in your career in rugby?
My career in every sport, yes.
Really?
Every sport I've ever played, yes.
Why do you say that?
Because when you feel like something is all hope is lost or something, you've put in so much work for something to give a good outcome, and then you just see it go down, and then boom, a glimmer of hope comes up, and someone just tells you, oh, you're actually up, you're actually going down, but you're up.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. I think some of us actually we're going to even pass out. It was nah. That's like the best moment of my life, I would say.
Wow.
When it comes to sports.
That's really big.
Yes.
So how do you manage? Let's go through a lot of things now. How do you manage the physical and mental demands that rugby gives? How do you manage it? Because like you said, it makes you feel that it's something that allows women to show the other side of them, that it's not all emotional and being soft. You can also be strong as well. But how do you manage? Because rugby has a lot of physical demands.
Yeah, it does.
How do you manage?
Managing fitness and strength and all of that is something that has to be like a lifestyle for you.
Okay.
Yeah, for you to be a strong athlete, you have to train, you have to lift, you have to have good diets, and you have to do a lot of things that would make your body not get so tired and worn out. So it's always, if it's a lifestyle for you, I don't think it should be challenging. For me, it's a lifestyle, and I try to balance things so I won't, get probably I won't have breakdown someday.
Yeah.
So as an athlete, you should know how to you should know how to make all of this work for you.
Okay.
In a way that you can preserve this for this and this for this.
Okay.
Most girls, any girl that goes into fitness, you should know this routine should be a priority.
Okay.
It shouldn't be this, it shouldn't be that, and you should also prioritize not doing the most, like when it comes to alcohol and other stuff. You know what helps your body, you know what keeps your body going. So you should always try to prioritize that and let the others just stay.
Okay.
there.
Would you say that's one of the things that has helped you to be able to juggle, rugby, fitness training, and all the other stuff? First of all, let's talk about how did you come about that? Because when we spoke before you came into the studio, soccer was the first love in terms of sports.
Yeah.
When did you get into fitness and training?
Okay, as athletes, you should always involve fitness training.
Yeah. But I'm talking about as a fitness trainer now.
Okay, it started when it all started back in 2017.
Okay.
Yes, 2017, but it wasn't like something that I was doing every time, all the time, until a year before COVID. I took it serious and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go into this fitness thing and see.
That was 2019.
2019. I was like, okay, let me just see how it goes. And then I needed to do a course for me to understand how this works and understand the human anatomy and the whole body composition. You have to have some insight about how all these things work. You can't just wake up and be like, oh, I want to go into fitness training, I want to just train somebody. You don't know who the person's body and how it functions. So during that period, I took fitness as a lifestyle. Like, I was working out, but I needed to know more.
Okay.
And I had to do a course to, get more knowledge about it.
That's where the certification comes in.
Yes, sir.
Now tell us, I know about fitness trainers. I've heard about that several times, but I've really not heard about fitness certified. I know about being certified, but I don't know about being a freelance. What does that mean? Is this the same normal freelance? Does that mean that the person does not have a gym, so the person does work all over the place, or what? Please shed more light on that.
So as a freelance trainer, you're not responsible, or you're not connected with a particular gym.
Okay.
You're working for the person, you're not. So you're basically like trying to, like a mobile trainer. You commute everywhere. You have your clients. Okay,
so you do a lot more of your training at people's places and stuff like that.
Yes, most of my clients, they have their apartment gyms, and I actually go to different gyms. So I have my gym subscription. Some gyms, they take external trainer. If you're an external trainer, you just come and register as an external trainer. Okay. Just pay your fee and can bring in your clients and train them.
Oh, cool. Yes. So that's where the freelance fitness trainer comes from. That's nice. Yeah. Now, what's your goal eventually? Be it fitness training, rugby, what is your goal in terms of those two?
Okay, my goal when it comes to fitness training is to be able to build different gyms for communities or people around that don't have this facility available. I don't know why humans always think that fitness is more like just building muscles and all of that. It's not like that important. No, as we age, we will all see the importance of fitness training and strength training, most especially.
Okay.
As we age, our muscles and our body just it's the function you would have as a young person. It won't function the same way when you get older.
Yeah.
So what helps keep yourself strong and agile is when you train. At least, even if you can do walk for 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers a day, that can help. So my plan, hopefully by God's grace, is to create a platform or a place where people can have gym facilities available and they can use. And most people go there for rehabilitation. Most people go there just to keep themselves sane. They have too much drama going on. Like me, if I want to vent, I'll go to the gym and vent.
You now start venting on the
on the equipment,
on the dumbbells.
Exactly. So I want to create a space for people to just stay fit and stay healthy and be happy. And in terms of rugby, I think it's just the start of my career, and I'm still looking forward to greater things. I don't know what plan God has for me, but I just feel God has something special. And my coaches have been very, very, very helpful, trying to put me on the right track, trying to get me to, know more about the games, watch clips, train, try and get better. We all learn every day. And if you're impervious to learning, you won't go forward. You have to learn every day. So with all of this, their help, me getting myself stronger and, trying to get better every day, I think sky is just the beginning.
Okay, very, very interesting there as we look to wrap things up on the show this morning. But I would love to get a message from you, because it's not all the time we get very inspiring young ladies like you in the studio. Of course, we have a lot of them in our athletics. And what message would you like to share with young girls and women as well who are interested in pursuing a career in sports, be it any sport? What's the message you want to send out to them?
Yeah, I would say to all the young athletes, male and female. In fact, we don't even have male and female when it comes to the world of sports.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Yeah. Different times you will feel like things are not going your way. You will feel like giving up. I have been there. Football did not work out. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Do not give up. When you just feel like giving up, just keep pushing yourself. And I'm telling you, there's a glimmer of hope. Just when you're close to the end of the tunnel, there's something waiting for you there. But you won't get to know if you don't push yourself harder. So I would say this: do not give up. And always have somebody there to keep motivating you. I had my dad, I have my mom. They kept on pushing me. They never stopped believing in me. And I also have a very special friend of mine that never stopped believing in me. And that has always kept me going. And just have one person that will stick by you until you see. When you feel like giving up, I will push you till you fall down and get up again. That's it.
A big thank you to you, I must say, Ralyah Iliya, who is our guest today. Of course, Ralyah Iliya is a member of Nigeria's women's national rugby team that qualified the country for the 2025 Rugby League World Cup Series. And you're looking forward to that, I'm sure.
I am. We are looking forward to it.
Where are you hoping to? What's your target for that competition?
Oh, well, firstly, nobody's sport is guaranteeing, so we have to, be better, because we're trying to get heritage players to come into the country.
Yeah, that makes it even more difficult for you
so
guys.
Everybody now, you have to, challenge yourself and keep pushing out. So my own plan right now is just to get better and, just see if I can also make the list.
I think you should. Having qualified for that series, you should definitely be part of it. I'd like to say thank you to you again, Ralyah Iliya, my guest on Now Sports Summary exclusive interview this Tuesday, 21st of January 2025. This is where we drop the anchor on the show. I am Nero Adesoya, the midfield maestro, right here signing off, but urging you to stick around as my colleague Biodun Adelore will be right back with the rest of the midday show. Of course, that's resuming with the midday brunch. Good morning. Have yourselves a terrific Tuesday.